Okay, so I'm looking at a quick build of Vadrok. Let's look at the red cards. I already looked at the white and the blue. Made some deletions, but not that many because I trimmed it more than I did Nethroy. So let's get going. Again, Vadrok is all about instance non-creature spells, casting cost 1, 2, 3. I don't have any zeros in this deck in this format. Okay, so let's look at the red cards. So I really want to do the fling Act of Treason thing in this deck. I know it's kind of silly. I think it's way better to do in a constructed deck where you have 4 flings. There just ain't enough fling in this deck for it to work, but I want to do it. So I like these. I want to do a mass. Anything that that gets better when you cast an instant or sorcery is worth considering. It's interesting that a lot of these cards have been auto deletes in most of my deck building, just because I don't think I've done that much in the way of instant and sorcery matters decks. So discard a card, draw a card. This is really good because you don't have that many creatures. You may likely be facing more creatures than what you have in this deck. It's nice to get through. So that really helps. Again, cards that otherwise are not that great, but if you're casting a bunch of non-creature spells, they are better, much better. This guy has never, I don't think he's made a single deck, but actually in this deck, he can be all right. So, same here, same deal. Damage to any target with Jumpstart. It'd be nice to destroy artifacts, although I have access to white, so maybe this card doesn't really need to be here. Discard a card, draw 2 cards. I wish it said discard 2 cards, because then I would trigger the blue-red mythic if I had it on the board. Can deal as much as 5 damage to target creature. It's a great way to get rid of something big. Discard, draw a card. Nice. Of course, it's always a lot better draw a card, discard a card, but this is okay. Create a token is a little too light for a commander deck, so I'm not going to do it, but I like the create a token business. A fight trick, I would put it in more for the cycling than for the fight trick. And I would put this also in more for the cycling than for the double strike, even though the double strike is about as good here as well. Yeah, non-creature spells help it. Now this one is a one that I think would go much better with that beautiful mythic. I mean, now we're talking, because you discard 2 cards, you draw 3 cards, but that trigger also draws you an additional 2 cards. That's fantastic. Gotta have creatures that count. They get counters. They count and they get counters. Not sure about this one, but it does gives me some. It can be some sort of a mana sink, even though it's only when you cast a red spell. I'll be casting red spells. Trample gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Yeah, it's a vehicle. Very nice. Very nice. I want to play it. Ley lines. Auto includes. Can tuck humans or artifacts. That's pretty good, and it flies. That's great. More good critters. More good critters. Yeah, so especially on the high end with flying. Then the gain control of other people's creatures, because mine's they don't suck, but I have a small count. Hit something hard. Yeah, whenever an opponent is dealt non-combat damage, I'll be doing some of that with cards like Lava Coil. So yeah, that's actually a good addition in an Instants and Sorceries deck. I'll be doing drawing. That will be my second card each turn, and I'll need these tokens, so this is actually pretty good. Again, more critters that are good. Number of instances sorceries in your graveyard. I'm going to be doing that. The Phoenix, Flying in Haste. That's good. It's a good card. I'll be casting my first spell during my opponent's turn, meaning instance, and pinging for one. I'll get a ping for one out of this, and it's aggro, 3/4/2. I'm not going for devotion to red, but I will have some devotion to red. No. I mean, I like the tokens. I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no to devotion to red. Flyer, I'll take it. Big flyer. 3 damage to any target, and it's under my curve. That's great. 4 damage to target creature. Excess damage, acts like trample, gives it to your opponent. That's great. This guy is really great with mutate, absolute auto include. Not sure if I'll need it, but it's always a good include to get a land. In this particular deck, I may have to sacrifice these. I don't know how many rocks are going to go in this deck, but maybe it'll just be this one and then this one. So yeah, I think these guys are not gonna make it. I got better things to do. Even though I've got Sahili, no, I'm not gonna do it. So yeah, that's what the first pass is all about. Makes the final build a lot quicker because you've already taken out a lot of things that are kind of obvious. No, I'm not tapping another target artifact. Control, yeah. Mana rock. Nah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not in green-black. And this is a good control artifact. Okay, so that pretty much settles what I'm going to be using to build Vadrok with. And so in the next video, I will do a converted mana cost piles, but the piles are going to be inverted. The first go will be the non-creature spells.